It's one of the hardest things we are called to do, but what if it's also the key to true freedom? In this episode, we'll uncover the hidden power of forgiveness and how it can set you free from the chains of bitterness and pain. Welcome back to my channel, The Divine Direction, and welcome back to our series Unveiling the Hidden Truths of the Christian Faith. Today's topic is one that touches all of us. It is forgiveness. Jesus taught us to forgive not just 7 times but 77 times. Matthew chapter 18 verse 22. But why? What is the hidden power behind forgiveness and how can it transform our lives as a Christian? The command to forgive. Forgiveness is a central theme in the teachings of Jesus. He emphasized that just as we have been forgiven by God, we must also forgive others. Matthew chapter 6 verse 7, 14 and 15. But forgiveness is not just a command, it's a pathway to freedom. Holding on to forgiveness keeps us trapped in a cycle of pain, bitterness and resentment. Forgiveness as freedom. Forgiveness is not about excusing others or minimizing the pain caused by others. It's about releasing ourselves from the burden of carrying the pain. We'll discuss how forgiveness frees us from the past and allows us to move forward in peace. It's an act of letting go and trusting God to bring justice and healing in His time. The process of forgiveness. Acknowledge the hurt. The first step in forgiveness is acknowledging the pain that has been caused. It's okay to feel hurt, angry, or betrayed. Choose to forgive. Forgiveness is a choice, not a feeling. It's a decision to release the offender and entrust the situation to God. Seek God's help. Forgiveness is often difficult, especially when the hurt runs deep. Pray for God's strength and grace to forgive. Move forward in peace. After choosing to forgive, allow God's peace to fill your heart. Let go of the desire of revenge or retaliation. Is a powerful act that can break the chains of bitterness and bring true freedom. As we continue to embrace the hidden truths of the Christian faith, let's remember that forgiveness is not just a command from God. But next we will explore the hidden truth of generosity. How it's not just about giving but about receiving God's blessings in abundance. The blessing of generosity. It's often thought of as something we give away, but what if it's actually a way to receive God's blessings? In this episode, we'll uncover the hidden truth about generosity and how it leads to a life overflowing with God's abundance. Generosity not just as an act of giving, but as a spiritual principle that opens the floodgates of God's blessings in our lives. Luke chapter 6 verse 38. Give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shakes together and running over will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Let's explore what this means for us today. Generous scripture. The Bible is filled with examples of generosity and the blessings that flow. We will explore stories such as the widow's offering, Mark chapter 12 verse 41 to 44, where Jesus commanded her for giving all she had, and the early church's practice of sharing everything in common, Acts chapter 2 verse 44 and 45, which resulted in no one being in need. These examples illustrate that generosity is not about the amount we give, but the heart with which we give. The spiritual law of giving. Generosity is not just a moral duty, it's a spiritual principle that aligns us with God's nature. When we give, we participate in God's economy, where giving leads to receiving. This is not a prosperity gospel message that promises wealth in return for giving, but rather a biblical truth that when we give with the right heart, God blesses us in ways that go beyond material wealth, such as peace, joy, and deeper spiritual intimacy. Ways to practice generosity. Support. You can support your church, missionaries, or Christian organizations that align with your values. Remember that generosity is not just about large sums but about giving according to your means. Time and talents. Offer your time and skill to serve others. Whether it's volunteering the church, helping a neighbor, or mentoring someone, your time and talents are valuable gifts. Everyday act of kindness. Small acts of generosity like buying someone a meal, helping a stranger, or offering a listening ear can have a big impact on others and demonstrate the love of Christ. The blessings of generosity. We'll discuss how practicing generosity opens the door to God's blessings. These blessings may not always be material, but they often manifest as spiritual growth, stronger relationships, and a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose. Generosity is a powerful expression of faith that brings us closer to God and allows us to participate in His work. As we give, we receive more than we could ever imagine spiritually, emotionally, and sometimes even materially. As we conclude this series, I hope this series was useful to you. If it was useful to you, you can share this with your friends and family. We'll see in next series with new hidden truths about Christian faith and Christian journey. Signing as of now. See you. Stay blessed always.